everybody. Welcome to We Run on Reruns. I'm Amanda, and I'm here with my brother, Eric.
How's it going, everybody? I hope you have enjoyed keeping up with Friends with us, as we are now pretty much halfway through season 3.
I know.
And, we really appreciate all the love you guys are giving us on our socials. The TikTok and the Instagram and the YouTube shorts. Really appreciate it. Keep liking those videos. Keep sending us comments. We really, really appreciate all the help and support you guys are giving us. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much. Even just sharing with one friend is greatly appreciated. And, just a reminder for where we're at with our Friends rewatch. Monica gets a race car bed in the last episode, which resulted in Joey seeing Janice kissing her ex. Ross and Dr. Green find common ground with telling Rachel what she's doing wrong. Joey was teaching soap acting and had a student who was cast for the role that he was auditioning for. Phoebe broke a tooth, which made her think that someone was going to be dead that same day. And Chandler broke up with Janice while Monica was busy hitting Ben's head against the wall.
Monica Bang.
I guess it was really, yeah.
Monica Bang.
Yeah. So, there was a bunch going on in those last episodes, but yeah, it's hard to believe we're on episodes 9 and 10 of this Friends rewatch, which is pretty cool. And Eric, did you have anything else you wanted to touch on before we just went right into the synopsis?
So this first episode that we're doing here, this is season 3, episode 9 and 10. It is some more holiday episodes, which I always find interesting because I feel like sometimes the holiday episodes are huge hits or misses. And I am very curious as to see how you feel about some of these, because I think, this first one we're going to talk about is very popular among Friends fans.
Oh, yeah. Yep. It's an iconic episode, I would say.
I would agree. So with that, I guess, let me jump into the synopsis for this first episode, which is now season 3, episode 9, the one with the football. And this is where we have the first of a string of many consecutive Thanksgiving episodes where the gang ends up deciding to play football while the turkey is baking. Ross and Monica get super competitive to the point where Monica even breaks out the Geller Cup as a trophy to play for. Joey and Chandler meet Martha, who is watching them play, but the boys end up trying to show off for her affection. And Phoebe is busy having fun playing her first football game, but Rachel is largely being ignored because she lacks any athletic ability. And that's pretty much the synopsis for this episode. And I do want to clarify, I say it's the first of a string of many Thanksgiving episodes. I only say that because they skipped it in season 2. They did a Thanksgiving episode in the first season, and then they didn't do it the next year. And I'm pretty sure they never missed a beat the rest of the way.
I don't think so. I know it wasn't until you pointed that out that it's like, oh yeah, they really just focused on Christmas and New Year's and that.
Yeah, because they didn't do a Christmas episode in the first season.
Right.
But it went Thanksgiving, New Year's, Valentine's, bang, bang, bang in a row. And then season 2, no Thanksgiving, and now we're back. And I'm pretty sure we run it the rest of the
I think
duration.
So. We'll have to pay close attention to that now, but yeah, the line that always sticks with me right off the bat here when we start is when Monica is criticizing Rachel for her marshmallow placement.
Yes.
She's like, see, you want to put the marshmallows in concentric circles. I want to do this. And she just puts it right in her nose. Yeah.
Every year.
Yeah.
Which is funny because that's really the only Thanksgiving food type scene that we see. The rest of it is all about football. Even though they do come in and out of the kitchen a little bit, there's no food preparation going on.
No.
That's it. So it's very different.
Which I gotta say, that is one of my questions too, is like, how did this food get prepared? Like at the end of the episode,
Yeah.
they're sitting around eating a turkey leg. I'm like, how did we get from this to that? And no one ever went back to the apartment.
No, they went back at halftime to baste the turkey, and then the rest of it just appeared as if from nowhere.
But they didn't really. Did that actually happen? Because they didn't really show it.
Oh, did they show them basting the turkey?
No, not the basting.
Did they show them going back
No,
at halftime? Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's when they went and got the Geller Cup.
Oh, that's right. All right.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe it was implied. They didn't show any food prep at that point. So I guess
it was
that's
all about football.
Okay.
'Cause
It was
even
implied
Maka
that
was
that's
there.
how the apartment didn't burn down. Okay, right. Yes, of course. All right, fair enough. I'll have to just roll with that. But that always kind of bugged me.
Listen, you're not wrong to be bugged by that, okay? Like, we're out here nitpicking Friends for some really silly reasons, and I am here for the silliness. So,
Yes.
okay. So, I'm just going to put this out there into the world
Mhm.
because I already started this off saying this is an iconic Friends episode. Like, if you ask Friends fans, I think this is one that a lot of people point to. And don't get me wrong, there are plenty of funny points, but I always feel like this episode feels forced and not like a Friends episode, and it's just not ever at the top of my list.
Yeah. Yeah, especially as far as the holiday ones go. This it well, because it's really just almost feels like one scene, right? Like them on the field. That's why I literally almost forgot that they even were back at the apartment getting the Geller Cup, because it just kind of felt like one long scene, them playing football, which is definitely funny. But it's really like about Monica versus Ross and the whole drama behind the Geller Cup, which is like the funniest part about it. But
interesting, because I will argue that, but I'll say it's very similar to the one with two parties, where there was just a big party going on and Rachel's bouncing back and forth between the parties, and all six of them are there, and that's the thing that's happening. They're all doing the same thing together, and I typically am a fan of a lot of these. I think, and I'm going to go all the way back to one of the early podcasts we did, I said that there's just this weird connection with the Friends and sports. And it just never feels like, and even when the guys are watching football on the couch, it feels out of place. I'm like, these guys don't know anything about football. They make it sound like they're really into the game here today. And then in the future, Chandler is going to be like, oh, I don't even know. I just yell at the TV. So there's a lot of inconsistencies with how the Friends connect to sporting events. And so this one always feels really weird because it's rooted in like Thanksgiving Day football.
I think out of all of them, honestly, Monica is the one who is the most into sports and competition, and like her with the, just even from the foosball to the badminton, or not badminton, to ping pong rather, later in the series. And she's just super competitive and intense. And I feel like out of all of them, she's the one that I'm like, oh yeah, she's really into sports.
She's definitely, I will give you, most competitive. Whether or not she's into sports, I don't know about that.
Okay, that's
but
fair.
I think Joey's maybe the most into sports.
Right, playing, like being, I guess,
like being a fan.
Well, maybe
like
and
he's
watching
a Knicks fan
too.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay, so you said you thought the funniest parts were the Ross and Monica stuff.
Well, I just love that opening, some of those lines where they're talking about going to play. Well, it actually kind of starts a little bit before, where Joey's suggesting football and Chandler first says, I want to wear my bathrobe and eat peanut clusters all day. I want to start drinking in the morning. Don't say I don't have goals. And then
he does a lot better with this breakup than Monica did with Richard, I'll tell you that much.
And, well, I don't know. That could be argued either way. Like, it kind of devolves very quickly.
It does.
Yeah. But then we have, Joey's asking Monica and Well, actually, I think it was Rachel that asked Monica and Ross if they wanted to play football, and they're like, "Well, Monica and I aren't supposed to play football."
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
Ross, and Joey's like, "Says who? Your mom?" Yes, in unison.
yeah.
um, and then Monica. It ends up turning into this whole story where Monica had broken Ross's nose in Geller Bowl 6, and the touchdown didn't count because of the spectacularly illegal and, oh, by the way, savage nose breaking.
Yes, of course.
And that's I just love that line. It's like the way that Ross delivers that is great.
Wasn't this is it certainly showcases the competitive spirit between brother and sister that has always been there,
Mhm.
all the way back to all the way into the future. All the little things that they've done with Ross and Monica when like they were fighting over the shower time at one point, and they're now here fighting over this Geller Cup, not at first, but then later the Geller Cup makes its appearance, and it's a
Yeah.
troll doll nailed to a piece of wood, which is
Yeah.
classic.
Well,
Um,
and similar to like when, they were going back and forth when Ross first started dating Rachel and
yeah,
she's like,
that's
now
what I'm
I'm
saying.
mommy in this situation.
Yeah.
And it's like they kind of go back. They're constantly reverting back to being little kids. And so they're just bickering. So to me, it's like a lot of the episode is just focused on the two of them and their grudge against each other from the
It
past and that
it
whole
is.
situation. But so what's the funniest part about this episode to
Oh,
you?
it's the Joey Chandler stuff with
Okay.
Marga.
Oh
Now,
gosh.
I don't like her as a character.
Yeah.
I really don't need her to be there.
No,
They could have made that somebody so much cooler.
I
But
I know.
whatever.
I know.
The idea that Chandler is saying like, well, what do you mean? Like, you're gonna let me have her just because I'm like, if you stay in this competition, I'm never gonna be able to get her. And Joey's basically like, listen, you're better at numbers and stuff.
You
He's
give
like,
me
math?
math.
You're giving me math. Like, then Joey's like, all right, well, prepare to feel very, very bad about yourself. He's like, yeah, well, I've been preparing for that my whole life. Like,
Oh my no.
the two of them going back and forth is funny. And
Mhm.
Joey's easily getting the upper hand. And then Chandler flips it on its head when it comes to the academics, when he's like,
Oh boy.
it asks him about the Netherlands, and Joey has to say, nice try. See, the Netherlands is this make-believe place where Peter Pan and Tinkerbell come from, which just ruins his opportunity with Marha.
Mhm.
But the two of them kind of punching jabs at each other is, to me, the funniest part of this whole episode. The Ross and Monica stuff can sometimes feel just like overdone. Like it's so in your face that I don't
It is.
always
Yeah.
connect with it. It depends on the day that I'm watching, and
I
maybe
know.
this was just one of those days. But yeah, but I liked the Joey Chandler side of this a lot more. And I even
Yeah.
wrote down here, like, the best parts are with Marga, and I don't even like her as a character. Like,
Enough of the geography for the insane Ross's life.
it was
Yeah.
nice to see Ross step in there and be like, listen, we're going to stop this right now. Which one of my boys what do you like?
Oh my
Which one do you want to take back to your windmill?
Oh my gosh. Yes.
And
it's like,
it was good. And I feel like this was a good moment for Chandler to become the winner of that competition, even though he ruins it for himself in 3 seconds. But
mhm.
she picks him, which then, to me, sparks confidence out of the getting out of the Janice relationship side of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we could have argued that Joey is being selfish here the same way that Rachel was being selfish.
Oh, he totally was. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
he could have stepped aside here.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely was. It's like, really? Like, he's going through this hard time and you're just gonna, I don't know, throw it in his face that you could get the girl. It felt, yeah, that also felt weird. Especially, dude, it's Thanksgiving. Come on now. Like,
It is Thanksgiving.
that's not right. It's
But then
Thanksgiving.
Chandler
and he's
doesn't
going
want him.
through- Yeah.
He doesn't want him to step aside anyway. Once it becomes like a charity case, it's like,
That's
no.
true.
So that is what it is.
That's true.
I mean, the funny thing is with these episodes where all 6 of them are in the same spot,
Mhm.
there's only so much to kind of go through. I don't have a whole lot about Phoebe or a whole lot about Rachel. It's nice that they set Rachel up to make like the winning catch and then question the whole thing anyway.
Oh,
But
that would so
yeah,
have been me too. I'm like, poor Rachel. Like Rachel is working real hard at like doing her trying to be better at football, and she finally catches the ball. Like, man, just every time I see it, I'm like, just keep running, don't stop. Like, my God, Rachel. I was just
listen.
proud of her for catching the ball. Come on, it's not her thing.
Okay. Okay. I was going to put this out there. I saw you play middle school sports.
Yes, I was much
You,
more athletic than Rachel.
you
Yeah.
were a whole lot more athletic than
Yeah.
that. I know you're not, putting yourself in the athlete camp, but
Yes.
like that was a whole different world. You could have caught the ball.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
No,
You would have
that's
caught
true.
the ball and stiff armed somebody running down the sideline.
That's right. Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you. That's right. Hey, also something that stuck out to me, I feel like I've noticed it before, but I'm like, what is with this lady who's like watching their game out her window on the cordless phone? Did you see that? Like her apartment is like
Yeah.
only probably like 2 feet away from the chain link fence, and she's just like on the phone, hanging out the window. I just was noticing all the people in the background.
Well, they also had like kids on a swing set that were right
Mhm.
nearby at the beginning. And I feel like there was just an attempt to make it
Feel
appear like a neighborhood,
yeah,
park
yeah.
with people that are in the background. But yeah, I mean,
I just thought that was funny.
listen, it is what it is. Okay. You didn't have to have anybody else walking through there.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, what else
but
is
yeah, I mean, this whole episode, to me, I just don't view it in the same way that a lot of other Friends fans do.
yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I don't
yeah.
know. How do you have this highly rated? I know we're not on the ratings yet.
Yeah, let's
but
let's
like,
wait on that. Hold on, we'll get there.
okay,
We'll get
okay,
there.
okay.
But yeah, so something else that stuck out to me during this episode though, and I'm like, wait a second, I get this reference now because I had in a previous episode with Rachel's mom, I had looked up what she was in, because if you remember, I recognized her from like a Law and Order SVU, like she was in several episodes as
Right,
a judge. And
right.
but when I was looking that up, I also found that she was on this show in the late 60s and early 70s called That Girl. And during this episode, Phoebe's
Oh,
shirt is actually a reference to that show that Rachel's mom was in. So I
yeah.
just thought that was pretty cool.
I did notice that girl's shirt.
Yeah.
I did not go track down
I
the reference for it.
I
So
was
that is
yeah.
kind of funny. Yeah.
It's one of those things where I'm like, I've always wondered what this was for, and then when I started looking it up, I'm like, oh yeah, it's all connected. I had a feeling it was like
There you
called
go.
as something, and it was. And the other thing I wanted to point out, because this is reminding me, Eric, do you remember when we were watching the one where Ross gets a cat, and you were like, I swear there was like more of an extended
Oh, yes.
version of this
Yes.
episode.
There are some other scenes that I haven't mentioned, but I know that there are other scenes out there.
Do you remember the extended version of this episode? Because when I looked at it, I'm like, oh my God, I remember watching that now.
It always happens to me when I happen to be watching it.
Mm.
Like, I'll give you an example. The other day we were watching one where it was the flashback one, and Phoebe had to say that she had to live in a place where she could like have stains,
Yep.
and Monica knew that one of the cushions had a spaghetti stain under it.
Yes.
Well, in the
That's right.
regular aired version, she tracks it down and
Yes.
picks up the cushion
That's
and shows the spaghetti stain, and they totally cut that out of the new like streaming versions of it.
yes.
So what was the extended version here?
You know what? It's funny. Every time I see that episode, I'm like, I swear she picks it up and sees the stain, and that's why,
No,
because
they've
that
cut-
actually did happen.
They
Yeah.
I feel like they cut them down for the TBS like syndicated versions,
Yes.
and then all the streaming services are playing the TBS version and not like the originally aired versions. So
Yeah.
like the HBO version is a little bit different than the original airing.
I don't know. Yeah.
Although I've
Well,
seen some people who have also done some side-by-sides of
yeah.
like the original and the HBO, and like they move differently. Like there's somehow they got different like cuts, which is so weird.
I saw something. Yes, I saw something with like where Phoebe is dancing. That one where she's
Yes, I
dancing
saw
for
that.
Chandler. Did you see that clip? Yeah. And it's
Yes.
like, wait a second. How is this different? But I'm getting off track here. So, yes, to answer your question with this episode, the uncut version is at the very end where Monica and Ross actually come back inside after laying on the ground, like fighting over the football. They actually agree to a tie, and they together they throw the Geller cup down the garbage chute.
Oh yeah.
And it's like they kind of come inside. They're like,
Yeah.
"All right, let's throw this away together." But Monica actually has Phoebe on the other end of the garbage chute. And she's like, "Get it!"
Yeah.
And Ross like runs down to try to like cut her off at the pass. But I'm like, "Oh my god!" So just when you think
I
they're
did.
yeah,
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the thing. There are some noteworthy scenes of every single episode that are getting chopped for time.
Mhm.
And I don't understand why the streaming services continue this. I'm sure there's a reason, but like they should be able to go back and get the original airings. There's got to be a contractual thing or something in the works that's preventing it. But there is something in every single episode. It's just whether or not I remember it or not. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good call though.
Yeah.
They did do that.
Mhm.
So let's jump into season 3, episode 10, which is the one where Rachel quits. And in this one, we have a Christmas episode where Joey has picked up a part-time job selling Christmas trees that Phoebe has a tough time with since it now goes against her beliefs in the treatment of trees. Joey does his best to convince her, but when she sees what happens to the old trees, it becomes traumatizing, and the gang helps by throwing a Christmas tree party full of older dead trees. Ross accidentally breaks a little girl's leg and decides to help her try to reach her brown bird cookie selling mark so she can go to space camp. Rachel takes on Chandler's advice and finally decides to quit being a waitress and finds her first job in the fashion industry. So now we've got 3 very distinct storylines in this one. Is there a point of order that you'd like to jump to first?
So let me just start off by saying, guys, I do not like this episode. I'm happy we're talking about it because I got to get this off my chest. Every time I see the Brown Bird episode come up, I'm like, oh God. And now it's making me think of, all right, is there another episode that I dislike as much as the fake Monica episode? I think this is it. And yeah,
man.
yeah, this is
Oh,
it
boy.
for me. I just cannot handle the Ross Brown Bird like portion of this episode, and the other parts really don't add a whole lot either. And you know what, the weird thing is, I always think of Friends and the holiday episodes, and it's like those are some of my favorites. I love the holiday episodes, they're so great. This one, man, it's like the honorary Brown Bird, and then the whole like Phoebe hating Christmas trees. It's like, come on, Phoebe.
Yeah.
Even that is weird for her. And the best part of it
is weird for her.
The best part of this for sure is the whole, like, for me anyway, is how Rachel quits and decides to finally move on, and the whole interaction of like her with Chandler and Joey. I love all of that on this episode, and there's definitely funny moments from Ross, but it's overall, it's very cringy. So I'm just gonna leave that
Okay,
there.
so I'll say that I equate the Brown Bird story similarly to Phoebe having a relationship with her sister's stalker.
Okay.
Like, it just is weird, and this shouldn't exist.
All the
and
yeah.
and I understand Ross is a very helpful guy, and I listened to this very specifically for like parental confirmation on
Mm.
things. And so during this brown bird story, Ross does say, well, your dad tells me you get a couple days off of school, so clearly he has spoken to parents, which is nice. But at the same
Yeah.
time, then dad is depicted as a guy who's selling out all of her stuff to go like try to gamble it on slots so that she can, double her college fund. And, there's just a whole lot like going to visit the girl that you
It
broke her
is
leg.
so weird.
Like, I'm going to say maybe Ross, I can give you a pass on that. Going to the brown bird meeting? No chance. Inviting her to your apartment for a fake space
I
camp?
can't.
No,
I cannot.
chance.
The end? No.
Like, just so bad.
It
so
is
bad.
so bad. Yes.
And listen, this is not like, oh, it's 2025
No.
and it was the
No.
90s that
No, never.
No. This did not
No.
happen in the
No.
90s. This was not okay then, and it's not okay now.
I don't know why that
no.
last scene makes me so uncomfortable. I usually skip it. I'm like, this is just weird. I can't handle the little girl going over to the guy's apartment and they've like, listen, it's like part of it is sweet. It's like they've done this thing, right? Like this girl can't go to space camp. It's like in theory, it's sweet. But really, I can't handle it. I'm like, where is this girl's parents? Like, I cannot.
If the parents had been there, you could have made an argument that this was really good. But because you never see the parents on camera, it's real bad. It just feels bad.
Yeah.
And then I will say this too. You also get this moment where she says that, hey, the astronauts are going to be on TV tonight. So if you could open my window, so my neighbor is going to push the TV up to the window so I can see it. And I'm thinking to myself, two things. One, look at all the stuff she's got in her room.
I know.
You can tell me that the neighbor has to push a TV up? I just don't believe that. She's got so many like space trinkets around that they don't have a television?
Well, no, because the dad has like sold it for something. Like that's basically the implication is she has a lot of little things around, but anything of value does not get kept in that household very long because the dad's pawning it off.
That's probably fair. But I'll say this, it made me think of this other thing that I wanted to bring up in the last episode, never did. And that is, sometimes these settings that we see with the girl and the brown bird and all her stuff make you want to think one way about a character, but actually they should make you think another way. And so I saw this online. It was a picture of Chandler in his office.
Yeah.
Right? You can picture Chandler's office, right? This is a guy who just got a promotion after being a temp. He's 26 years old.
Yeah. He has like a massive desk.
This is the office he has, and everyone's like, this guy's job's stupid. Like, he is killing it right now, right? Like, Chandler is legitimately killing it in the workplace. He's got this huge office, great view, everything you could ask for from whatever industry he's in. He doesn't like his job. I guess. But he is doing unbelievable for being 26 years old.
Yeah, no joke. Yeah, that
And that is a way wide tangent. I understand that, but the girl's room made me think about that.
That's really funny. Yeah. As far as the brown bird storyline, I do want to point out though, the only redeeming quality of that plot point is that Mae Whitman plays Sarah Tuttle, who's the little girl. And I had to look up her name because I didn't know her name, but I recognized her and I'm like, who is that? So, Eric, have you ever seen Arrested Development or the show?
Oh, yeah. It's been a while. That was not a show I watched regularly.
I am a huge fan, and I was like, oh my God, she was this character, Anne Veal, who was George Michael's girlfriend, who played this extremely flat, like very monotone, Just awesome character. She was super, super unintentionally funny in that show. And also this more recent show, Good Girls, where it's about the three women who are like they're kind of suburban moms who end up turning to a life of crime. And it's
Oh,
the woman who is in Parks and Rec. Um oh my goodness, what was her name? Oh shoot, I should have written this down before. Uh oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to look this up now. But anyway,
what
woman from
which
Parks and
well,
Rec and another woman who was in Mad Men and this woman. Anyway, the three of them, she was also on those. So this is like her starting role when she was a tiny kid. And
sure.
I just had to point that
Yeah.
out. I thought that that was really cool because she was actually really funny on this episode. And I'm like, who is this kid?
She was
Yeah.
very good. Yeah, like don't get me wrong, she was
Yes.
great. It's the story in general and Ross's decisions as an adult hanging around this child that are cringy
Yes.
at best.
Yes. Oh my goodness. And yeah, again, as I said, the Phoebe with the Christmas trees, that was even weird for her. It's like, what is going on, Phoebe? These
That one
trees
is
have been
weird for
cut down
Phoebe.
already. Like, you need to calm down.
I'm just not a huge fan of that section of it either. I like seeing Joey picking up part-time work. I feel like that is
That's
perfect for
true.
his character. Doing like, hey, because he does this, it's kind of like the cologne spraying guy, and now he's the tree salesman, and he's been a few other things, and he will continue to be a few other things while he's in between acting
Mm-hmm.
jobs. So I don't mind seeing him in that position. Um, I think it's good for a Christmas episode to connect very easily that way. Um, but Phoebe, I feel like every now and then they just jam Phoebe into these weird roles because they got nothing else for her to do. And that that was not the spot. Like they could have done more with her with Rachel,
Yeah,
I feel like.
yeah. Well,
Um, because the Rachel side of this whole thing is the
it
best part of
is.
this
Yes.
story. And it is the one where Rachel quits. And we do get this whole thing with her and Gunther and going back
Oh
through the
my gosh.
training. And I feel like the advice that Chandler gives, where he says, you need the fear, you need the fear. And it basically explaining if you already have a job, you need to get yourself into an uncomfortable
Mm,
situation. That way it motivates you to go get the job you really want. And I think that's pretty sound
mm.
advice. Like, not saying that it's always the best, like you want to quit to make sure that you're motivated, but if you have a job, it's always the best time to be looking for
Yeah.
the next one. But at the same time, if you really want to motivate
Well,
yourself,
well,
there's always that option. And it's not like the waitress salary was bringing in tons
and
of cash.
especially if you're at a certain phase in your life and you can take certain risks,
Yes.
right? It's like, and then I love how she asks him though, well, how come you don't just quit? Because I'm too afraid.
Yes. And you know what? I didn't like that either because go back season 1, he
Yeah.
did quit. He
Yep.
walked out. That's how he ended up with the office he's
Yeah.
got now. Like, he ended up with that office because he quit his temp job because it was only supposed to be a temp job. And they kept calling him back and calling him back and calling him
Well,
back.
and he does that
Like,
again
that
later on.
was,
Yeah.
oh, that's right. So Chandler does take his own advice when he
Mhm.
wants to. But, it would be one thing if Rachel was making a ton of money. You get the idea that Chandler is making enough money because they kept offering him more and more and more money. He's making enough money to not care that he doesn't like his job.
Yeah.
At
Right.
least right now.
Right. I do have to say, I did write down a line from Ross that I did find really funny toward the end of the episode. And I do like the sequence where he's like standing outside the lady's apartment with the whistle and she's like telling him that she's going to dial 911. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, like she's got some sort of
Yeah,
hot
it's
button
like
issue. Like, I'm just gonna
I
push the
know,
button.
right?
The police are
And
on their way.
so he's going around trying to sell these cookies, which is just ridiculous. But then at one point he comes back to the apartment and he's like, "The key to my success, the munchies. He went to the NYU dorms. I am selling cookies by the case. They call me the cookie dude." Oh my god.
Cookie dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. That is funny. That actually is the most redeeming section of the entire Brownberg plot line. And I know they try to connect Monica into this with like
it's just sad.
the fact that she used to be overweight, so here let's
like a drug.
like as Ross is now this cookie drug dealer, he's trying to like give Monica the first box for free, and
brutal.
like it's just not the finest storyline that was ever thought through.
Yeah, and then we bring Ross right back down where he's then bullying a little kid like at the meeting when they're taking the final tally of who sold the most cookies, and it's like, dude, oh my god, this is
not bad for a scrud.
What's a scrud? Well, I'm looking at one. Wow.
Yeah, it's just bad. It's just not good. Like, this is one of my, if you can't tell, it's one of my least favorite stories in the entire series. I don't know that I think it's worse than Fake Monica, but I understand why. I understand why it could be.
Yeah. I don't think it's worse, but it just, when we started this one, I'm thinking, okay, yeah, we've been talking about, is there one that's kind of on par? And I'm like, yeah, this is the one for me. I get that same feeling.
So now we're going to jump into our IMDb rankings. And we also, since we're now doing 2 episodes per our episode, we're also adding in our favorite and least favorite character the same way we do when we have our Stranger Things podcast. If you're not listening to that, check in on that. It's usually midweek update, like on Tuesdays, I think, right?
Yes.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Tuesdays now. Yes, that's correct.
So Tuesdays, looking for that for the Stranger Things one. But for now, since we're down to just 2 episodes per our podcast, we're going to add our favorite and least favorite character. And again, your favorite episode, and try to guess where that would be rated. I think I know which one Amanda doesn't like. So let's go to the characters first. Who is your either favorite or least favorite character from this stretch? Go ahead. You can start with whichever side you want.
So I'm going to start with my favorite. And for me, it's got to be Rachel for these episodes, just because of her quitting her job that she didn't like. And I know, Eric, you're making faces at me for thinking it was great that she caught the ball, but I like that Rachel had that moment where she caught the football.
I'm glad that she caught the ball. I'm glad that I don't know that she was over the end zone line, but I'm glad that she caught the ball.
Yeah.
And that they made her part of it, because otherwise she was off going and getting soft pretzels and stuff.
I love that too. Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I will say, for me, it's not Rachel. I think, to me, the best character across both episodes is Chandler. Again, I said my favorite part of that Thanksgiving episode is the Chandler Joey banter back and forth. And then Chandler is also a key piece in the Rachel quitting her job story. So to me, it was a no-brainer for me, because who needs the fear? Rachel just needs the fear.
That's right.
That's where we're at.
Yes.
Plus, he knows where the Netherlands is. So we're in really good shape.
Yeah.
Least favorite? I'll start this one. For me, it's Monica.
Yeah. Okay.
It's Monica here. And I think, again, I know you were saying your favorite part of the Thanksgiving episode is the Ross Monica stuff. To me, sometimes that falls a little flat. It's maybe too competitive for Monica, in my opinion. Maybe, like, Ross is competitive, but also, like, trying to finagle his way in and out of things, where Monica's just straight compete, like a freight train running down the tracks, right? And then in this second episode, it's literally about her needing to eat more cookies. And it's just not a great look for her. I don't know that she has a whole lot else
going on.
connected to that second
No.
episode. So yeah, I think she ends up being the least favorite almost by default.
Yeah.
How about you?
So for me, and this really doesn't happen often for me, but I'm gonna say it's Ross. Again, because I cannot handle the brown bird storyline, as I've already said. It's just not my episode. And while I did find him funny in the Thanksgiving episode, also I can also hear what you're saying too, where it's kind of like, all right, guys, like let's the whole like going back and forth. It's funnier at different moments, but I feel like in that episode, it's sort of it wasn't the best interactions between Ross and Monica. Although I did find the Geller Cup storyline funny. But yeah.
Yes, I will say I had both of them. Like those were the bottom.
Yeah.
Like Ross or Monica, and the for me the top side was Chandler or Joey, and I just didn't. The tree storyline, there's not enough there for me to say that Joey's the best one. So now let's jump into the episodes. Spoil it, Amanda. Which one is your favorite episode?
Yeah, I mean, I like the one with the football definitely way more than the one where Rachel quits. That is for sure. So the one where Rachel quits, I gave that also a 7.6, which is, as I know, the rating of
that's
the fake
bottom.
Monica. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm like, you know what? I'm lining that right up with, what about you? What did you rate? Before I reveal my other rating, what did you rate the one where Rachel quits?
So, I'll say this. I actually had a hard time figuring out which one of these two I liked more.
Okay.
I don't like the one where Rachel quits, but I also just don't like the one with the football all that much.
Yeah.
I think, like, I'm going to end up putting them both at about like a 7.7.
Oh, man.
But I will officially say I like the one with the football a little bit more. I won't be shocked if that one gets a 9.
Right?
Because people love that episode.
Yes.
I don't care about it. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
But I'll put them both at like a 7.7. Because I think they're better. Well, maybe 7.8. Yes, 7.6 is the bottom. So no, you know what? I'm staying on my morals. I said it first.
Right. That's right.
7.7. I'm not changing my mind. Yeah, that's right. I stand with it.
I'm gonna give the one with the football an 8.3. I actually had it at an 8.5, but just us talking about it, I'm like, I feel like I was a little, it's like the nostalgia of it all. I feel like that's the only reason why it's even, higher.
For some reason, that episode just like calls to people as like, this is what Friends is. And it so isn't.
Yeah. Yeah. It so
just is not. I heard somebody saying this. I heard somebody saying this just today when I was flipping through my Instagram, and they were talking about where you would rank the Friends characters all time, which we should do at some point. But we'll hold off on that till we get to the end of the show.
Yeah.
But they were debating Ross, and they said the first time you watch Friends, Chandler is everybody's favorite friend. The more times you watch it, Ross becomes everybody's favorite friend. And I think this might be one of those episodes that the first time you watch it, it's like, oh, that was really funny. I like that one a lot. And the more times I watch it, I go, this is just out of place.
Yeah.
It's just not there.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what that's going to be rated. I'm going to stand on 7.7.
Let's find out. What are the people?
All right, here we go. Got to open the phone. Swipe around. What number is this? This is episode 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The one where Rachel quits is the worst of the two.
Okay.
But it gets an 8.
Wow. Okay.
Way better than Fake Mod. Fake Mod is going to be the worst episode ever.
Okay.
The one with the football is an 8.9.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I said, listen.
Yeah.
It's funny because I was like, I won't be shocked if it's a 9.
Yeah.
Because it's such an iconic episode.
It is.
But I just don't know why.
But you know what? It's okay. It can be iconic, and it doesn't have to be our thing, or so that's all right.
That the nostalgia behind it is strong.
And we'd love to hear from you guys. Like, what do you guys think of these episodes? Are we way off base with the one with the football? Do you guys love it? Do you also feel the same way? Does it depend on how many times you've seen these episodes? Does it make a difference? And I also want to hear what you guys think of the Brown Bird episode. Are you on board with me? What are we thinking here? Is it equally creepy to other people? Yeah.
Hey, listen, if you're out there and you're on board with the Brown Bird episode, I want you leaving a comment.
That's right.
We're gonna have a discussion about it.
Yes.
As soon as you put that down. Find us on any of the socials.
Yes.
Comment on anything we've ever put down.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be there.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it. 8.9. I understand. You had an 8.5, so you weren't that far off.
Yeah.
But man. All right. Fair enough. Can't get them all. It's okay. Well, thanks so much for listening to the We Run on Reruns podcast. Again, please follow us on Instagram and TikTok and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we really appreciate all the support you're giving us. If you could just find it in your hearts to share this with one friend, one family member, one classmate you got, that would be super appreciated. Again, you can check out our website at werunonreruns.com. And for Amanda, this is Eric. Enjoy watching episodes 11 and 12, and we will see you later this week with our podcast on those. Happy rerunning, everybody.
See you later, guys.